This is the Fortean Slip News.
Our first news story tonight is from thisissomerset.co.uk. I love me a good UK UFO story. It's a UFO shock for a Bootley man. A man from Bootley had a close encounter last week when he saw something he couldn't explain hovering in the skies near his house. The man, who asked not to be named, was home on October 31st when he spotted something unusual in the sky. I know I said last week, but it's a little bit older. It was about 5 p.m. because I had just got home from work, he said. I was in my bedroom and I just glanced out the window and I could see this light, perhaps 200 feet above the ground, not far from the solar farm. The man originally thought it was a helicopter. But then I realized it didn't have any flashing lights and it was completely silent, he said.
And then I realized I'd had a drink a few minutes before then.
If you're seeing lights at 5 p.m., probably so.
He grabbed a pair of binoculars for a better look, moving downstairs and out into his back garden. Then I saw another one from out of nowhere.
I had another beer.
On my way out, I grabbed a scotch and...
Then I saw another one from out of nowhere, he said, perhaps about 30 feet away from the first one. He said the objects just hung in the sky. My next-door neighbor was outside, and we both watched them for a while, he said. Neither of us could believe what we were seeing. He snapped a few pictures with his smartphone. They started to drift towards us after that, he said. Then as the light started to fade, the first one, then the second one just vanished. And I know it sounds silly, but after half a mile from where they vanished in the clouds, we saw all this white flashes of light all over the sky.
And a depiction of the Virgin Mary. No?
He said he wasn't scared by the experience, and it was the first time he'd seen something he couldn't explain. My neighbor and I just looked at each other, he said. Neither of us had ever seen anything like it. And then they ask you if you'd seen the objects in the sky in Butley, to drop them a line at central@whatever.uk.
And then they made crop circles in the shape of the Lord our Savior.
Did you say this was near a solar farm?
It was definitely near a solar farm. Absolutely.
Like Skywalker Ranch? Or
I don't
the
know.
original Skywalker Ranch, not...
And from the HuffingtonPost.com, is the Tasmanian tiger really extinct?
And does anybody fucking care?
No.
Humans may be responsible for the extinction.
Although that Willem Dafoe movie was pretty cool.
It was.
Humans may be responsible for the extinction of the West African black rhinoceros and the Caribbean.
What does the rhinoceros have anything to do with the Tasmanian tiger?
But what about the Tasmanian tiger?
Oh!
A team of zoologists is not so sure. The Center for Fortean Zoology, or the CFZ, recently launched a new hunt for the species, which was once endemic to Australia. The Thylacinius cynocephalus, commonly called the thylacine or the Tasmanian tiger for its characteristic stripes, was determined to be extinct as early as 1982.
I thought it was called a tiger for its characteristic snout.
Researchers are now scouring
I thought it was because it liked Frosted Flakes.
On the island of Tasmania, in an attempt to find evidence that the Tasmanian tiger endures. So far, the team has spoken to several locals who claim to have spotted the creature and have submitted samples of animal feces for DNA testing. Speaking to The Guardian, a newspaper in the UK, or in Australia, CFC Zoological Director Richard Freeman said he has no doubt the species still exists. He told the British newspaper, maybe it was in the UK. This area is so damn remote. There are so many prey species, and we have so many reliable witnesses who know the bush, that I'd say there is a reasonable population of them left.
What are you giggling about?
Nobody's
very immature of you, Steve.
Matt, nobody knows the bush. anymore.
No, nobody knows
It's
the bush.
not the 70s. That era is over.
But it probably wouldn't have made as much sense if he had said, like, the landing strip or the
Right.
Happy Trail.
Right.
The people who say they've seen it have nothing to gain and everything to lose.
The Happy Trail?
I'd say there's a population of at least 300 of them. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, the last reported Tasmanian tiger was captured in the wild in 1933 and taken to Tasmania's Hobart Zoo. Believed to be the last of its kind due to the population decimation by Australian hunters, the animal died after 3 years in captivity. The question of whether the Tasmanian tiger is really extinct has plagued zoologists for decades. Every so often, researchers
wake up in sweats.
disprove the species' extinct status.
Damn you, thylacine!
Give me some Valium.
By searching for new evidence of the thylacine's existence.
Such as family milled in poop that locals find. People are just sending in boxes of shit. That amazes me.
I forgot where my mute button was. Zoologists have been unsuccessful to date, and the Australian government still holds that no conclusive evidence has been uncovered. Until it is, the possible existence of the Tasmanian tiger remains a mystery. And from Yahoo.com.
Do you?
Hubble spots strange asteroid with 6 tails of dust.
Count them, 6.
From Cape Canaveral, Florida, this is one strange asteroid. The Hubble Space Telescope has discovered a 6-tailed asteroid in
Somebody
the asteroid
called
belt
Bruce
between,
Willis and Ben Affleck.
in the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Scientists say they've never seen anything like it. Incredibly, the comet-like tails change shape as the asteroid sheds dust. The streams have occurred over several months.
Angel
A
dust?
research team led by the University of California, Los Angeles, believes the asteroid, designated P2013P5, is rotating so much that its surface is flying apart. It is believed to be a fragment of a larger asteroid damaged in a collision 200 million years ago. Scientists using the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii spotted the asteroid in August. Hubble picked out all the tails in September. The discovery is described in this week's issue of Astrophysical Journal Letters.
Which I know I'm a subscriber. What?
I bet you are, man.
Lifetime.
And from ghosttheory.com.
I love that website.
I do too. And this is about a couple friends of ours. This is the premiere of finally the premiere of the film Dead Bigfoot.
I don't believe it. It's not happening. It's not fucking happening. He's full of shit.
If you
Did this story come out April 1st?
This was actually posted.
It's coming out next November.
Yeah.
November 11th, 2013 at 7:24 p.m.
It's set to release on February 30th.
If you happen to live in or near Auburn, California, or are going to be in the area, or are willing to travel for this, check out the premiere of the new documentary about Justin Smia and the Sierra Kills, supposed Bigfoot shootings. And I got to scroll down to get to the rest of the story.
That's pretty much it. It really wraps it up.
Dead Bigfoot, which is a true story, has a NorCal premiere screening, which is Sunday, November 24th, 2013 at 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at the Ridge Golf Club on 2020 Golf Course Road in Auburn, California.
If anybody would like to buy a square on our board as to whether or not this is actually going to happen, Matt and I will be selling those after the show.
Join the cast of Dead Bigfoot, a true story, at the official Northern California premiere screening. The screening will be held at the Ridge Golf Club on November 24th. There will be food and drinks, as well as a post-question and answer event for the cast.
And you can play 9 holes when you're done.
Tickets will also be available at the door. Currently, the door price is undetermined, but the expected price is $15 to $18.
And 10% off all club rentals.
For those who don't already know, or who have been hiding under a rock, Justin
Such as the Bigfoot.
Right, Justin Smia was out hunting bear with a friend when they supposedly encountered a Bigfoot with young. Ignoring the protest of his partner, Justin shot and injured the adult. The adult
and by partner, we mean platonic friend.
Yes, absolutely. The adult fled, and when they went to search for the body, found only the young, which, again, ignoring the protest of his partner, platonic friend, Smia then also shot the young one. The pair fled the scene of the shootings, taking no evidence. Smia returned weeks later trying to find some proof of this story. For more information on this story, Dead Bigfoot has its own Facebook page, facebook.com/Dead Bigfoot. And you can get tickets to the live screening somehow.
And Justin will be signing autographs with disappearing ink.
deadbigfoot.ticketleap.com, and I believe the live screening tickets are $10. And that, fellers, is the news.
Wow.
And that is the sound of crickets chirping.
That was amazing. We should do that every week.